painting, the bare bones basics of color theory and mixing. Okay, students, you have a vocabulary sheet to fill out as we go over this slide deck. This is a link to it right here. You may use color pencils, color pens, whatever to complete your sheet. You will have a quiz over this information on Friday. So your color wheels start really basic, and then they start adding in the secondaries and then the tertiaries and then the tints and then the shades and tones. These two guys are more professional based, and are just good to know that really you can kind of start seeing where the browns come in here, those neutrals, the turquoise, what they're close to. It's a very good reference to be aware of, but you might not be using it at this point. Primary colors are accepted to be the root of every other color. That is, you can mix them to create other colors. Your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Hint, write that down. Look at your worksheet. Secondary colors are a mixture of two primaries. Secondary colors are green, orange, violet. Green is made up of blue and yellow. Orange is made up of yellow and red. Violet is made up of red and blue. Tertiary colors are a mix of primary and a secondary. The first color is the dominant, stronger color. So our tertiary colors are yellow-green, yellow-orange, red-orange, red-violet, blue-violet, and blue-green. But first, let's talk about hues. Most people interchange the word color and hue. However, color is a general term we use to describe every hue, tint, tone, tint, shade, blah, 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 blah that we see. White and grays and blacks are often referred to as a color. A hue refers to the dominant color family of a specific color we're looking at. Think of hue as one of the 6 primary and secondary colors. White, black, and gray are never referred to as a hue. In other words, the underlying base color of a mixture you're looking at is either yellow, orange, red, violet, blue, or green. This is very helpful when you're dealing with your tertiary colors. Hues plus white will give you a tint. Hues plus pure gray will give you tones. Hues plus black will give you shades. Now, pure gray is only white and black. Okay, gray can be created by other mixtures, but pure gray gives you tones. So now we're going to talk about 2 different types of color systems. Additive color uses light to create color. It uses a RGB model, which is a red, green, blue. Examples of this is your phone, computer, TV, those type of digital items. When those colors are combined, it creates white. When you look at your screen when it is off, what color is it? It's black. So it starts with black and it goes toward white. Subtractive color is the opposite. It uses paint to create color or other colored materials. It tends to use a CMYK model, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and together those create black. When you look at a piece of paper, it is white. Okay, when you start adding things on, you can get to creating black. So examples of this is paints like acrylic paint, oil paint, watercolor, magazines, printed materials. Artists use subtractive color, okay? Subtractive in colors involves tangible things you can touch, paint, ink, color pencils, and the colors of the things in the world are all considered subtractive colors. My cup, my water bottle, my mouse, those are using subtractive colors. It's called subtractive because we begin with white. As we add more color, the result gets darker and darker until it turns into black. In other words, you get less luminous color when you mix in other hues. Okay? Luminous refers to light. It is an important point to learn for any artist working with paint or any other medium. You simply cannot make colors brighter once they're drab. No matter how much white you mix in, your paint will always be gray at best. All right. So that's mixing property. You have to be kind of clean in your mixing to keep those colors bright and luminescent. Because the more you add to it, the drabber it gets. So this is a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to just kind of talk about the picture. The text on the side, I'll read directly in a minute, but let me talk about the picture for a second. When we're painting something such as a landscape, we are looking at things that are using additive and subtractive colors. The sky, because it is a light base, is additive colors. These items such as the cow, the trees, the houses, the fence, those are subtractive colors, okay? The grass, even. The reflection of the sky in the water is an additive on top of a subtractive, okay? Because it's the water itself is subtractive, but it's reflecting. So a lot of times you're unable to get the colors that you see because of that, okay? And it's just good to know it's a limitation of our paints. The sunset sometimes just isn't as vibrant as what it is. So you do your best and you enjoy the creation that you're seeing. I'm going to read the text directly. This is the last slide, so if you don't want to hear me read it directly, you may finish up your vocabulary sheet. How can we apply this knowledge? For example, picture a traditional landscape. Additive colors. The sky and the sun. These are additive colors. Light sources. Subtractive colors. The colors of the trees, grass, rocks, land. These are subtractive colors. Light is bouncing off of these objects. The dilemma is that you are not able to use your paints, subtractive colors, to duplicate the effect of additive colors, a light source. This is a limitation of our paints. This is why your sunset painting just does not seem to have the same impact as the real thing.